Tim, my name's Rachel. How are you?
Hi Rachel, great.
Tell me a little bit about your hair today.
Well, so I have a little gray, and I was wondering if we could kind of touch it up.
I love that. We absolutely can. So we have an incredible Aveda men's gray blending product that will offer you discreet blending of your gray hair with a really low maintenance, easy fade off. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Awesome. All right, so first step is we need to determine, are we in the light, medium, or natural hair color? So I'm gonna use all my swatches here, hold them up right to his hair so that we can determine where he's gonna fall within here. So I like to come usually in the back because it allows me to see what's really happening. Of course, we have a little bit more of the graying around the perimeter here. Typically we'll notice that everybody grays differently as well. So pay attention to where it's the most gray versus if there's none at all. So then I'm gonna hold this up. I like to look and see where we're gonna kind of fall. I think we fall somewhere maybe right around the 6, in between the 7 now that I'm looking, but some of this hair up here looks a little dark too, right? So for me, this says, I'm so happy that I'm able to mix these together and further customize because Tim does not fit into one of the pre-blended shades. So I'm gonna look at this again and say, I think I wanna fall somewhere right in between here. So we can do half of our 6N, which is a medium natural, and half of the 5 ash, which is our medium ash, to get him his own custom personal gray blending. How does that sound? Good?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Do you have
I guess we'd call it swirling or
Yeah.
patches, different
You could.
sections.
You could if you wanted to, or if you notice that maybe like, let's say around here is like white. Okay, so step 1 is we're gonna take you over to the shampoo bowl. We'll wet your hair, then we will apply our color, process for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on if we want minimum deposit or more deposit. Then we will shampoo it, bring you back, and style you to go.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Okay, so in order to mix, because Tim's hair is really short, we're gonna use the bottle. This will make our application a lot easier, quicker, and able to saturate really perfectly. When we're using the bottle application, we have to use 10 liquid. This will allow the consistency to mix evenly and also come out of the bottle. And then like we decided, we're gonna be using our half 5 ash and half of 6N to create our mixture. Perfect. Love that. Cut. Do you guys have?
Yeah.
All right, so we start with our bottle on the scale. Make sure to zero out first. Sometimes it cooperates, sometimes it doesn't always want to cooperate. We'll just keep hitting 0, there we go. And I'm gonna start with my developer first. So I have the 10 volume liquid color catalyst. We're gonna do 30 grams because I feel like Tim's hair is gonna need a little bit more on the top, and then we'll blend through the bottom. So I'm just gonna pour until I see 30 grams. There we go. Oh. Perfect. So I've got my developer in there, my catalyst, then I'm gonna zero out one more time. And now we're gonna do equal parts of our 6N, which is 6 natural, and our 5 ash, medium ash. So I'm gonna do 15 grams of each one. So this is what our tube looks like. It's important to take the top of the tube, puncture that, because they're sealed. And then we're gonna do 15 grams. Almost there, perfect. And then I'm gonna open my other tube, our 5 ash, to do the same thing. You can zero out in between again if you'd like, since I know we're going to 30 grams total. 15 is half, I'm okay with that. I've opened this up. Perfect. So we've got all of our color components in the bottle. Now I'm gonna hold the top closed. I like to pinch a little of the air out first and then put my finger over the top before I shake, which will allow for some room. And now we're gonna apply. Here we go.
You're gonna apply this on the wet hair?
Yep.
Is that temperature good for you, Tim?
That's fine, yeah.
You said shampoo first?
You don't have to, no.
No?
Wet is good. And then if we have a comb also, that would be perfect.
We've got a brush here.
Yeah.
You need a comb or?
I would
No,
get a comb
grab
just to
a
make
comb.
sure it's nice and...
My station.
And then I'm gonna use one of these towels real quick just to towel dry so that it's damp, not wet. We just, you know, want a little bit of that. Make sure that we're not gonna... All right. So I'll have you comb through a little bit. And then basically what we're gonna do is just work in diagonal or horizontal sections and we'll comb it through. So we've already mixed it up. You'll see everything's nice and emulsified together in there. It's still very liquidy, which is nice because it'll spread really easy. So we tip it over and I like to just go, and then I usually like to go like this first and then I'll comb it through. There we go.
Obviously, always do a patch test 48 hours prior to the service.
Yes. Either behind the ear, nape of the neck, small of the elbow, inside the wrist.
And this does not stain the skin?
Nope. It will process really dark though, as you guys are about to see in a couple minutes here.
And this is gray blending?
Gray blending. So it will give a really nice natural blend. It won't be super opaque. It won't be muddy. It'll still be shiny. Has a very nice light processing lavender aroma. Can you guys smell it?
Yeah, I can.
Smells nice.
Smells nice, right? And then I like to just really make sure that everything is nice and saturated. And I'm gonna have you comb through as I put the last bit in here. And then we check our time. So 10:55. So we're gonna process for 5 minutes and then we'll check and see if we wanna leave it for an additional 5 if we need more deposit. So yes, as we come through. Pretty easy to work through, right?
Definitely. Should be making sure that all the product stays in the hair.
You can if you want to, but it's pretty saturated, so I would just make sure that what you're seeing is everything is covered.
Should I wear gloves for this?
This one you can wear gloves for. You'll notice I don't like to wear gloves a lot of the time.
How long will this last me?
This should last you about 4 weeks. How often do you wash your hair, Tim?
Every day. So I
Maybe
should,
3.5.
maybe I should. If I want it to be longer, a little less shampooing.
Yes. So see right here, it's starting to oxidize a little bit there. No need to fear. It means it's working.
I don't feel anything.
That will wash out, right?
Yes. Yep, I like to make sure that, so see how I'm going around his hairline here, making sure I got all those little hairs. If I want to blend a little bit down there, which he has a super nice clean fade, so we don't need to, we'll just make sure that, again, all of that hair has it. And we can already see some of it starting to blend, especially right here. Nice. And then we don't want to waste any product, so again, make sure to get it all out there, work it in. And then if my lovely assistant will come through once more for me. We'll process and we'll see you when we're finished. Very nice. Awesome. darker than it actually will be.
You guys have like a timer, or you just
Yep.
kind of?
We're just rocking with it, Tim.
Yeah, I know.
We're just seeing
We're just,
how it
we're
goes.
just, we're just,
We'll figure it out when we get in
we're
there.
spitballing it, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So when it comes to processing times, 5 minutes is recommended. If your guest has 50% gray or more, I would recommend leaving it for 5 minutes, possibly up to 10, to allow for more deposit of the color. Since Tim was between 25 and 50% gray and really didn't have much on top at all, I think that now we're at 6-7 minutes that we're good to rinse out. So we're gonna rinse, shampoo, and then we will put our conditioner on.
Okay.
And remember to go around the face a little bit like with your fingers, and you'll notice all of that comes off really nicely too.
That's 2-1. So how thoroughly should this be rinsed?
So you definitely want to make sure to get all the product off of the head, scalp, and hair first, and then do your shampoo. Okay. So I would come up here and do some of this right in the hairline there. Get some of that off.
To get the hose very close to the scalp.
Oh yes. Because I want that water to do a lot of my job for me. And then anywhere that I might have gotten it, like his ear a little bit there. Sorry, Tim. Make sure all the neckline's good. I'm really working it. Nice. All right, so emulsify first. I'm gonna really get in there. So I wanna make sure that I'm getting a nice lather. And it's also important to get that color off of the hairline as much as you can first, because the color will help take extra color off. Shampoo sometimes puts it in the skin more. I'm gonna have them lift up a little bit so I can get that part. Make sure your pressure's good and you're not hurting them. How's my pressure, Tim?
No problems. It's fine.
So my shampoo lather is not the color of the color, so that's good. That means we're getting all the color out. All right. So in order to dry, I like to go around the hairline first. I really like to make sure I have all that excess moisture taken care of and behind his ears. The last thing I want is for my guest to stand up and be like, do you have a towel so I can get that out of my ear? And I'll ask them to lift up a little bit so I can make sure I'm getting all of this. And then I like to put it around their neck so that when they sit up, go ahead, nothing drips. So I'm gonna use a little bit of our thickening paste to style Tim today. Not because you need thickening, just because I want to see definition, and it's a really nice moldable paste. So I'm gonna put a little bit in before we blow dry, and then I'm gonna have you finish with a little bit. So I usually like that much about, not crazy. Work it, emulsify, because everything's very concentrated. And I really just wanna make sure I'm getting it in the top here, so that as you're blow drying, the hair is behaving a little bit more like you'd like it to.
It smells good too.
Doesn't it?
Mm.
And now we have Tim in our finished look. So as you can see, we have blended his gray very, very naturally. It's not a total opaque coverage where the line of demarcation will grow out, but instead this will be a very natural gradient blend and a very natural slow fade out. So the maintenance like this can look every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how often you're getting your hair cut. But it's a very low maintenance, discreet option to blend your gray. Tim, what do you think?
I love it. I'm very happy with it. Thank
Awesome.
you.
So come on into MC Barber and get your men's gray blending service today. Thank you.
You are?
And I'm Rachel Holler from Aveda. Come in and see us.